Welcome back, everybody. Today my wife and I, we're going to be looking for some Pismo clams, and we should be able to get a pretty quick limit today due to a negative tide. I'm here to show you today how to find them, where to find them, and what you need to do to be able to get onto them. First things first is you want to make sure you have a clamming fork. You could install a gauge to make it easier for yourself. You need a clamming gauge, so every person has to have their own gauge, just so you understand. You have to have some kind of net to kind of put those clams in. Everyone has to have their own buckets for their own limit as well. Best of all is to have some kind of waiter so that the water doesn't get all inside of you where you get all wet. You want to stay nice and dry on the inside. Also make sure you have your fishing license as well with you. You do need a fishing license to be able to clam here for Pismo clams. So the best time to find Pismo clams is during the month of ours, as you want to make sure to contact the phone number to make sure it's actually safe to eat, as you don't want paralytic shellfish poisoning. So make sure you always double check with that, double check the regulations to make sure that they are safe to eat. You start to realize as during a negative tide, the water is way lower compared to where it used to be. And you can find Pismo clams from all the way from Monterey to all the way to San Diego, but the size limit from Pismo Beach to all the way to San Diego, you only need them to be about 4.5 inches, while in Santa Cruz or Monterey it's going to be about 5 inches. So you gotta get different gauges or a bigger gauge for those if you want to look for them. One way of trying to find these clams is use your clamming fork. You just kind of poke it into the sand. It doesn't have to go too deep, but you'll be poking. Eventually you'll feel something hard. It'll feel like a rock. Alright, so I feel something right here. All you do is just lift. Okay. Voila! I can already tell this is most likely not a keeper. So what you do is you measure them. You'll measure it and see how it's going through. That's how you know it's not a keeper. You want to make sure that you bury with this part up and you just dig into sand as best as you can, facing towards the sea. Keep going, keep digging. Yep. Rebury. And that's how you're supposed to make sure so that's sustainable. Place my fork right here, and I feel that there's quite a bit of Pismo clams. So one thing that I do to avoid to have to constantly rebury is I will fill my hand and try to find if there's any possible big ones that are possible keepers, and those are the ones that I try to pull out instead of it being a possible keeper. It's almost borderline, almost, but not quite there. This possible keeper. Yep, you see how it gets stuck? That's how you tell it's a keeper. Yep. So it's going. It's another keeper. And you always want to make sure you always look at the waves. Always look in that direction. See this guy. Oh, looks like he just made it too. Just found this one out here. Another keeper. This one's a really big one. again. Keeper size right here. Not going through. If that's possible. He almost borderline, but I'm gonna put it back. The big one right here. Yeah, this one feels like a keeper. Yep. Yep. That's how you know. That's how you know. 6'1". Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe. Oh, yep. Keeper. See? Ugh. Yep. Has to be a keeper. Yep. The big one right there. Yep. Here's a keeper. That looks like a keeper. Yep. That's about it. And that is the final one. Yep. Yep. That's a limit. And that was probably only, what, 30 minutes. Already got my limit. Now I'm gonna let my wife come get her limit and then call it a day. Ooh. That looks like a possible keeper. Measure it. No. Try again. Get stuck? Yeah.
Yep. There you go. Got one.
Oh, yes. Not even a minute. She already got it. Finding a lot of big ones that are almost.
There you go.
Got one? Oh, okay. Ooh, that one looks big. Oh, yeah. Yep, there you go. Ooh. Huh? Yeah. Just a count. Found one, finally. Alright, just got another keeper right here. Oh, finally. There's one right there. Oh, that one. Right there. That'd be it. Yeah, huh? Yeah, got stuck. Yeah, got stuck. Ooh. Yep. Keeper right there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Another one right there. Deal. Two. See, that makes it 3. Deal.
Finally.
Her limit right there. Alright. So it hasn't even been an hour yet. My wife and I both limited out with 10 each. Already got checked by the warden, so make sure you're always following the regulation and getting the legal limit size, alright? Amazing day out here. A lot of clammers too. We aren't the only ones.